Turn it off and start. Go to Wirecast. Hello, relatives. We are live here in Box Elder, South Dakota, Douglas Invitational, the third and final game for the Lady Warriors. We are playing Faith, and it's 4-1 in favor of Faith. We have McCloskey serving 1, serving 4. Got a score 4-1 in favor of Faith. Faith serving off. McCloskey could not return it. Again, this is John Leroy, live stream producer, Elias Denoyer, live stream technician, Montana at the Straight, and Isidore Sharpfish are my cameramen. Alcorn over to Metcalf. Metcalf with a good, strong spike. Unreturnable spike for Metcalf. Okay, Roberts, our charging hawk, will be 2 serving 6. Lady Warriors just lost the match to Phillip, 2 matches to none. They gave him a good go in the second match, but first set, tip, nobody there. Tip behind Whiting. On the floor for the Lady Warriors, we have Whiting, Metcalf, Anderson, Alcorn, Charging Hawk, and McCloskey. Roberts is usually starting. Whiting, Alcorn tips it over. A little strong tip. A little too strong for Alcorn. Hitting error, out of bounds. 8-2, Phillip, or Faith. Anderson, or Whiting lets it fall in. We have our cameraman Jerry down on the bottom taking cameras, taking pictures of the Lady Warriors in action. Anderson with the bump. Alcorn, Metcalf over. Alcorn, McCloskey, Anderson over. Charging Hawk, Alcorn, Anderson can come up with that net. Had a mix up right there in the middle with Charging Hawk. Quick start for Faith. 10-2. Short. Anderson be serving 10, serving 3. First set. Douglas Invitational 2019-2020 athletic school year. Charging Hawk, Anderson, Whiting over. Charging Hawk with a good block, couldn't keep it in bounds. That was a good volley by Faith. 11-3. We gotta have Kills in Water in for Charging Hawk. Substitution. Ref says serve. Alcorn, Whiting, Alcorn over. Alcorn finds the corner. Give him a point. We got Metcalf for serving 11. First set. The serve. Good block by Alcorn and Whiting at the net. Got a substitution for Philip, our Faith. (12-4). Again, round test. We got like 4 games left, home games for Lady Warriors volleyball. 2 games were postponed. I don't know if they got Black Bear or Kills in the Water and Anderson. McCloskey. Good block by McCloskey. Returned by Kills in the Water. McCloskey got it over. Anderson with the good block. Metcalf couldn't come up with that. So we have 2 games that were postponed. Marty and Laura Brule. They didn't get rescheduled yet, so those may be coming down the pipe. But we do have 4 games that are left on the schedule for next week. And those are all home games. Kills in the Water couldn't come up with it. Again, this morning, Lady Warriors took on Bennett County and defeated them 2 sets to none. Kills in the Water couldn't come up with it. They played Philip, lost to them 2 sets to none. And then this is the first set of the game between Faith. Anderson, Alcorn setting up. McCloskey gets it over the net. Tipped over. Whiting and Alcorn defending the net, but left a spot open behind them. That's where she tipped it. Hit the tile floor. 16-4, Faith. First set. Falls in. Looked like he was going out, but it must have curved in. Coach Liederchard says, just talk it over in Sweat Lodge. Brings in her players. On the court we have Anderson, Kills in the Water, Metcalf, Whiting, McCloskey, and Alcorn on the court for the Lady Warriors. St. Francis Warriors took on Iggy Butte Braves up there in Iggy Butte on Thursday. Came back with a defeat, but that was the playoff game. That was the last game of the season of this all new. They call it the all new historic All Nations Conference. All Indian teams are in there. Most of the Lakota schools in South Dakota are in this All Nations Conference, and they play about 6 games. 9-man B. Coach Leader Charge talked it over with his players. Her players. As you serve. Kills in Water. Whiting. Alcorn over. Good block by McCloskey at the net. Falls in play. Serve. Kills in Water couldn't come up with it. 19-4, Philip, first set. Here's your serve, 19-7-4. Whiting Alcorn back to Whiting. Whiting with a good spike. A little strong on the spike for Whiting. Substitution for Faith. Metcalf, Alcorn, McCloskey with the spike. In there for McCloskey. Good, strong spike. In between the two blockers at the net. Got a substitution for Lady Warriors. Charging Hawk in for Kilsenwater. Coach Leader smells the comeback. Smells an opportunity, puts her player back in. Whiting with a good palm serve. Whiting, McCloskey over. Alcorn. Ref says she carried it. Alcorn carried it. Back over to Faith, 21-5. Robertson for Whiting. Lady Warriors. So on court for Lady Warriors, we have Metcalf, Anderson, Roberts, Alcorn, McCloskey, and Charging Hawk. 21-5. First set. Faith jumped out to a quick lead. Trying to add to that lead. Metcalf, Alcorn, McCloskey with the spike. Finds the hole. She could not pancake it. Falls in for point. Black Bear in for Anderson. Number 10. Into the net by Alcorn. There you go, Bobby. She's on the floor if you're watching. 22-6. Metcalf, Alcorn, Charging Hawk. Roberts, Black Bear, Charging Hawk, then Charging Hawk again, and Metcalf or McCloskey couldn't come up with it. Low into the net. 23 serving 6. First set. There's the serve. Long. Good call by Metcalf and Roberts. Substitution. Whitehat in for McCloskey. Lady Warriors. Whitehat 7 serving 23. Whitehat, Roberts, Alcorn, Charging Hawk, Black Bear, and Metcalf on the court for the Lady Warriors. Alcorn, Charging Hawk. Ref said she carried it. It didn't look like a carry, but so go the powers that be. Set point. Faith, 24-7. Off Robert. First set goes to Faith. Switching side. Second set. 25-7. Again, this morning, the Lady Warriors defeated Bennett County 2-0. And then after that, they took on Phillip and they lost 2-0. Now they are playing Faith. And Faith has one set 2-0. 25-7. We got 4 games left on the schedule for the Lady Warriors volleyball. There were 2 games that were postponed. I don't know. I talked with Coach Leader Church. She didn't know that if they're going to get scheduled or not. So those may be scheduled at the last second. So just stay tuned. I'll be putting updates on channel 94 and also on the RST Facebook. I'll be putting those on there. So if you wanted to, I know um, Bobby's always watching. Always watching. So her daughter is playing. And so stay tuned to those updates on RST Facebook and channel 94, the school's channel. And we'll get those last four and maybe two more. And then the Warriors went up to Eagle Butte and took on the Braves. The Braves won. That was a playoff game. Marty defeated Crazy Horse 50-0 in the third quarter. So Marty will be taking on Red Cloud in the second round. So Marty advances to the second round, and so does Eagle Butte Braves. The Warriors lost, so that'll be the end of their season this year. But this is the all-new, all-nations conference. All Indian teams in there. Most of the Indian teams and most of the Lakota teams of South Dakota are in this conference. It's a new 9-man B. And so they'll be moving on to the second round of that football. And the Lady Warriors have 4 games. Like I said, they have 4 games and 2 unscheduled that may be scheduled. I haven't. Coach Lady Chart says she doesn't have any word yet. But we are getting ready to start the second set with our game with Faith. Faith leads one set to 0. They won it 25-7. On the court for the Lady Warriors, Charging Hawk, Anderson, Metcalf, Alcorn, Roberts, and McCloskey. Metcalf, Alcorn, McCloskey with the spike. Tip, Anderson, Alcorn, Charging Hawk with the spike. 3 and over, Alcorn, McCloskey over. Good spike by, good volley by Phillip, our Faith. Looked like she hung in the air for about 5 seconds, then spiked it. 1-0 Faith. Roberts, Alcorn. Roberts over. Metcalf, Alcorn, McCloskey. Good volley spike by McCloskey. Bump set spike by McCloskey. 1-1. Alcorn serving. Good serve by Alcorn. Good volley by Faith. Bump set spike. Two 2-1 Faith. Second set. Falls in for Faith. 3-1. Three serving 1. Falls in for the serve, number 9, Faith. It's a good palm serve, Metcalf. Anderson tips it over. Good block by McCloskey at the net. Five serving 1, Faith. McCloskey, Alcorn, Charging Hawk tips it. Falls in for Charging Hawk. Five-two. Got a substitution for Lady Warriors. Black Bear in for McCloskey. Number 10. There you go, Bobby. She's going to serve. Black Bear 2 serving 5. Second set is the serve. Alcorn. Anderson. No one there. Substitution for Faith. Just over the net. That was a good, strong, powerful serve. Right over net with a bullet. 7-2, Faith. Black Bear returns it. Out of bounds. Charging Hawk Metcalf tips it. Good volley by Lady Warriors. Looked like Metcalf was going to spike it, but she must have. She laughs about it, so she must have messed up, but it still counts. Whiting in for Roberts. Charging Hawk. 3 serving 8. On a court for Lady Warriors. Whiting, Metcalf, Anderson, Black Bear, Alcorn, and Charging Hawk. Into the net. Hitting error by Faith. Roberts. Charging Hawk. 4 serving 8. At the net, Whiting, Metcalf, and Anderson. Backcourt, Black Bear, Alcorn. Good, strong serve. Tip by number 5. Whiting was at the net. Substitution, Kilsenwater in for Charging Hawk. Charging Hawk, Black Bear, Alcorn, Anderson, and Kilsenwater. Whiting, Lady Warriors. Anderson tips it over. Good block by Anderson. Kilsenwater couldn't come up with it. Ten for Faith. Number 6 for Faith. 10 serving 4. There's a serve. Black Bear, Anderson, Metcalf. Directional tip. Good volley by Faith, but spiked into the net. Anderson, 5 serving 10. Good tip by Alcorn and Metcalf. $5-11 Faith. Second set. Black Bear. Alcorn tips it over. Alcorn, Whiting, Metcalf with a good strong spike. That was a good volley by Lady Warriors. 6-11. Metcalf serving. 6 serving 11. Second set. Just over the net. Kilsenwater, Alcorn setting up. Black Bear, Whiting, one of them. Substitution for Faith. $12-6. Black Bear. Kilsenwater. Alcorn over. A little strong on the spike. Out of bounds. Whiting, 7 serving 12. Got substitution. Whitehat in for Kilsenwater. Whitehat's a freshman. Anderson's a freshman. Whiting, high serve. Anderson, Alcorn. There's Whitehat. Whiting, Alcorn. Black Bear over. Block, Alcorn. Alcorn, Black Bear. Whiting couldn't come up with it. Good volley by both sides, especially the Lady Warriors that got the young freshmen and sophomores in there. Robertson for Whiting. Lady Warriors. Faith, 13 serving 7. Metcalf, Black Bear. Black Bear at the block at the net with Black Bear. Alcorn, 8 serving 13. Lady Warriors showing some life. Serve. Alcorn with a good block. Up in the Raptors. Faith was a substitution. Another substitution for Faith. Putting in a 6-footer, taking out the 7-footer. Number 9 for Faith. 14 serving 8. Second set. Metcalf, Alcorn, Black Bear. Roberts, Alcorn, Metcalf over. Tipped at the net by number 10. Easy tip. 15-8. Faith. Comes the serve. Anderson, Alcorn, set up Anderson again. Anderson with the spike. A little strong on the spike. Hitting error by Lady Warriors. 16-8. Palm serve. Metcalf. Hit the Raptors. Came right back down. Got timeout. Lady Warriors going to talk it over in Sweat Lodge. Maybe change up their scheme or strategy. Earlier, Montana almost broke our cameras. Montana knocked over our camera and almost broke it. So we had that second game. He knocked it over. He didn't like the broadcast, so before the game ended, he just threw the camera down. No, the camera slipped on the bleachers and that camera fell over. So our second game broadcast got cut off a little bit early. But here we are in our third broadcast of the day. First game was Lady Warriors 2 sets over Bennett County. Phillip 2 sets over the Lady Warriors. This is in the second set. Faith 1-0. Anderson goes off McCloskey and falls to the floor. Number 9, 18 serving 8. Metcalf couldn't come up with it. (19 serving 8). Faith. Metcalf. All three of these gyms are packed. Hard to find a place to sit. Roberts, Alcorn. Good volley by Faith, 21-8. All three of these gyms in here are all full. Usually we have a table set up and got room, and no, we're all sitting on the bleachers just like everyone else. Spectators. Roberts, Alcorn. Black Bear over. Soft tip by A. Faith gets it over, falls into the floor for point 22-8. Metcalf, Alcorn, Black Bear. Black Bear with the spike. Gets a point for the Lady Warriors. Black Bear rewards herself with the spike. Gets the serve. 9 serving 22. Good palm serve. Out of bounds. Have a substitution for Faith. Head judge said it was Lady Warriors were net violation. 23-9 Faith. There's a serve. Black Bear, Alcorn, Metcalf. Good strong unreturnable spike by Metcalf. And he saw it here live on SFWarriorsLive.com. Whiting in for Roberts. Lady Warriors substitution. 23-10. White Hat serving. White Hat with the under soft tip behind a defense. Tipped over Anderson. Falls into the floor for a point. Got set point. 24-10 Faith. Number 6. 24 serving 10. Set point. Whiting. Alcorn. Metcalf over. Good tip by Anderson. Falls in for Anderson. 11-24. Anderson 11 serving 24. High bump. Pass. Into the net by Faith. Anderson 12 serving 24. Good serve by Anderson. Unreturnable serve. Anderson 13 serving 24. Good palm serve into the net. And that is your game. Faith taking 2 games to none. 25-7, 25-13. This is John Leroy, live stream producer. Elias Denoyer, live stream technician. Montana at the straight, and Isidore Sharpfish, my cameraman. And we have some games coming up this week, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching SFWarriorsLive.com. Have a safe weekend.